In this lecture, I am going to show you how we can create 1D objects using Design Modeler. We are going to create a simple bicycle frame for this example. So, in order to start afresh, I am going to press Ctrl N. I'm going to just press Ctrl N and I'm going to select S so that I am going to start over. So, in order to create 1D objects, the first and foremost thing is you need points, and once you get the points, you need to join those 2 points by line. So in order to create a point, you can go and select this point option. So once you select the point option, see here the type of point you are going to create is a construction point. And how are you going to define the coordinates of this particular point in the space? So by default it is going to show from coordinate file, but we don't have any coordinate file right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press and I'm going to select manual input. So if I change the option to manual input in the definition, so it will ask us the coordinates of the point. So I'm going to create my first point at the origin of the space, which is 0, 0, 0. And once I'm satisfied with this particular coordinates, I'm going to right click and say right click and generate the point. So here see, you have created a point at 0, 0 and 0. Now what I want to do is I want to create another point which is at a distance of 100 mm from this starting point in the x direction. So in order to do so, what I need to do is once again I need to select the point option, and in the definition from instead of from coordinates file, I need to select the manual input. And in the manual input, I need to change this x coordinate to 100 mm and then keep the other 2 coordinates in the default values, which are 0, 0. Then I am going to right click and generate the point. See here, a point at a distance of 100 mm in the x direction has been created. Likewise, you can create n number of points using the point option and through manual input. Now, I need to create a line between these 2 points. So in order to create a line between these 2 points, what I need to do is I need to go to the concept and I need to select the option called lines from points. So I have selected the lines from points. And now what I need to do is I need to select, by pressing Ctrl, I need to select both of these particular points. And once I select both the points, see here a green color line appears, which shows that a line has been created between these 2 points. And once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to press apply here in the details, and then I'm going to right click on the feature here in the tree outline, and I'm going to generate the feature. So see here, a line has been added between these 2 points. But see, if you want to create a complicated object which has a number of points and which have a number of lines, so how can you do? Instead of giving all the points like this manually, it will be a very tedious task. One thing you can do is you can create what is known as a coordinate file, and once you create the coordinate file, you can just import it into Design Modeler so that you will be able to generate the all points at once, at simply with a single step. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete this line by pressing delete. And then I'm going to delete this point as well, and I'm going to delete this point as well. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to create a coordinate file. In order to show you how we can create a coordinate file, I'm just going to go and show you. So here, see, for a bicycle frame, I have created a points data. So you need to just open a simple notepad, then you can give such type of inputs. So what is this particular column indicate is, this particular column indicates the set of points. So what happens is, for example, if you have a 2-story building, and then you are going to give the coordinate points for the first floor in one set, and you are going to give the coordinates for the second floor in the second set. That is also we are going to see in the next example itself, so you need not worry right now. And this is the point number. So this is the first point number, this is the second point number, third point number, fourth point number, and 5 point, 6, 7, 8 points. So from this, what we can understand, we have a point group, 1 point group with 8 points, and these are the XYZ coordinates of this particular point. So what happens if I'm going to select this coordinate file? What happens, the first point is going to be created at a distance of 400 mm in the X direction and 400 mm in the Y direction and 0 mm in the Z direction. Likewise, 8 points, if I select this coordinate file, 8 points will be generated. So I'm going to close this particular say data points data file, and I'm going to go to design modeler, and then I'm going to select the point option, and by default the definition of points will be from coordinate file. So now I'm not going to change this option, and in the coordinate file option, if I just click here and click here, it is asking me to browse where the coordinate file is present. So I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to go to the ANSYS course files, and I'm going to go to the design modeler, and I'm going to select this points data by skill frame, and I can just open it. And once I have opened it, I can just right click on this point, say generate. Now see, different points have been generated. So here different points have been generated. So all the points were not visible at first, because what happens is our scale of zooming is little bit less when compared to the scale of the geometry. For that purpose, what you can do is you can just select this option so that you can bring the total geometry into one single frame. That is fit to screen option. That is nothing but fit to screen option. So we have this points generated from a coordinate file. So it is very easy. See, with only one point option we were able to create some 8 points. So once we have created the 8 points, now what we are going to do is we are going to go to the concept, say select the lines from points, and I'm going to select this points. So remember one thing, if every line is going to have the same type of structural element, then you can select the total lines in single say in the single phase. So for example, let us say if this particular line is made up of some square beam, and the next line which I am going to select is going to be made of circular beam, we cannot generate these two lines in a single line file. So if we have multiple cross sections, you need to select the points separately, but if you have the same cross section, you can just select it in a single group. So I'm going to select it right like this, because every line is generated using a simple circular cross section. So I'm going to select all the points in a single line file or line option, and see here, this is how we can just create all the bicycle frame. So let's select this one, and also select this one. No, I don't think we have this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again reselect this 2 points so that the line that was applied previously will be gone, and then I'm going to select this point, and I'm going to select this point as well, and I'm going to select this point, and I'm going to select this point, and I'm going to select these 2 points, then I'm going to select this point and this point, and I'm going to select this point and this particular point, and say generate. I need to apply first and then say generate. So what happens, in a single stretch we have created all the 12 lines, but if you have different lines bearing different cross sections, then you need to create different lines. So for example, if this is a rectangular cross section, you need to generate this line separately. Okay, then going to the tools, in order to apply the cross section for this particular lines, you can go to the concept, and in the concept you need to select the cross section. So this particular bicycle frame is made up of a circular tube, so I'm going to select the circular tube cross section, and here it will ask me to give the dimensions of the cross section. So here there are 2 dimensions basically. One is the RA, which is the inner radius of this particular circular tube, and RO, which is the outer radius of this particular circular tube. For this purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the inner I am going to leave the inner radius as 10 itself, and outer radius as 12 mm. So I've created a simple cross section, and once I have created this simple cross section, I need to apply this cross section to the line. So what I need to do is I need to expand the parts body here, and I need to select this line. In this line, you see that in the details part you are going to see an option where you can apply the cross section. So I'm going to select this particular circular tube as my cross section, and then just see all the cross sections have been applied. All the cross section has been applied. Now what I can do is I can go to the view tab, and I'm going to select this cross section view or cross section solids, so that I can see what type of cross section has been applied. So this is the basics type which can be used to create 1D objects or say 3D objects that consists of trusses and frames and other sorts of structures. For example, if you want to create a bridge structure, you are going to model the bridge structure in Design Modeler using the same approach. So this is how you can create 1D objects. In the next lecture, we are going to see how we can create an hybrid model where it contains 1D objects along with the 2D surfaces also. Thank you.